Hi there, welcome to my channel. There are so many idioms in English. It's hard to know where they all come from. Today I will tell you about the origins of some common English idioms you use every day. Some of them might surprise you. You might not realize where the idiom comes from. Let me start with a very common one that we use to describe someone who is unhappy or depressed. This person is down in the dumps. Where does this idiom come from? One possible origin goes back to the 16th century when people kept pigs. They would keep these pigs in the mud. The pigs would roll around in the mud. People said that it was fun for the pigs because they were down in the dumps. Later, this meaning was extended to people. To be down in the dumps means to be sad. We also have another similar idiom, to be in a bad mood. This means the same thing. But why do we say that? What's the origin of this? Why do we say mood? Well, we have to go back to ancient times. Ancient Greek and Roman theater, they had actors, but they didn't have microphones. So these actors had to project their voices. They had to speak loudly so everyone could hear them. These actors would change their voices to make their emotions clearer. And if they were sad characters, they would speak in a low voice. This type of voice is called a low mood. In English, we use the word mood to mean your general state of mind. It can be a good mood or a bad mood. It's the way you feel at any given time. Another common idiom that we use to describe someone who's unhappy is to say that they are down in the dumps. This has the same meaning as being down in the dumps. You can say, "Oh, I'm not feeling great today. I'm down in the dumps." Or "I'm in a bad mood today. I'm down in the dumps." Now let's look at an idiom we use to describe a person who always expects the worst possible outcome. For example, "My brother is such a negative person. He thinks everything will go wrong." This person is a glass half-empty person. Where did this idiom come from? Let's imagine two people who have a glass of water. One person looks at this glass and says, "It's half full." The other person looks at the same glass and says, "It's half empty." These two people have different attitudes. One is optimistic. The other is a negative person. This is a very simple example of how our attitudes can be different even when the facts are the same. Both people are looking at the same glass of water. One is thinking positively, the other negatively. If you are a glass half empty kind of person, you are a pessimist. An optimist is the opposite. They expect good things to happen. They think the glass is half full. This next idiom is a crazy one. When someone asks you how you are and you respond, "I'm all ears." What does this mean? It means that you are ready to listen to anything. You are ready to listen to what this person has to say. We can also say, "I'm all eyes." This means the same thing. Let me give you an example. Your boss asks you, "How are you?" You can reply, "I'm all ears. I'm ready to listen to anything right now." What's going on? The expression "I'm all ears" comes from the Middle Ages. Back then, people wore very large hats. These hats were often called ears because they looked like giant earmuffs. When you wear a hat like this, you are showing that you are ready to listen to someone. You are paying attention to them. Today, we don't wear big hats like this anymore, but we still use the expression, "I'm all ears." Here's another idiom. This one means to stop doing something and to rest. This is the idiom, to hit the hay. Where did this come from? In the past, farmers would work long hours. They would get up before sunrise and work all day. Then they would return home at night and have dinner. After dinner, they would talk with their family and friends. And when it was time to go to bed, they would go upstairs, climb into bed, and fall asleep very quickly. Farmers would do this 7 days a week. They did this all the time. So today, when you want to go to sleep, we say, "Hit the hay." This next idiom is used to describe someone who wastes time doing nothing. This person is a couch potato. Where did this expression come from? It first appeared in the 1970s in the United States. At that time, more and more people began watching television. People would spend hours sitting on the couch watching TV instead of doing something active. So the expression "couch potato" was born. Couch potatoes spend a lot of time relaxing and doing nothing. They don't exercise or go outdoors. Instead, they sit on the couch and watch television. We use the word potato because it's soft and useless, just like a potato. A couch potato is someone who spends most of their free time sitting on the couch watching TV or using a computer. Let's look at another idiom. This is the idiom to cry wolf. Have you heard this one before? If someone cries wolf, it means they are lying. Let me explain. Imagine a young boy who takes care of some sheep. One day he gets bored, so he shouts, "Wolf, wolf," and all the nearby villagers run to help him. But when they arrive, they see that he was just playing. He was lying to them. The boy did this again and again, but each time the villagers ignored him. They didn't believe him. One day a real wolf appears and the boy shouts, "Wolf, wolf!" But no one comes to help him. Why? Because he cried wolf too many times. He lied to them so many times that when he really needed help, they didn't believe him. So if someone cries wolf, it means they are lying. Let's look at a very common idiom. This is the idiom to cost an arm and a leg. This means that something is very expensive. Let me give you an example. My new apartment is really nice, but it costs an arm and a leg. That means it's very expensive. I also have another example. Would you like to go to this fancy restaurant? No thanks. It costs an arm and a leg. If you go there, you will have to spend a lot of money. The idiom cost an arm and a leg comes from ancient times. Back then, if someone lost an arm or a leg, they needed to replace it with something. They would have to buy a wooden leg or an artificial arm. These were very expensive. So today, if something costs an arm and a leg, it's very expensive. Next, we have the idiom to spill the beans. This means to reveal a secret. Let me give you an example. I've been working on a surprise party for your birthday, but don't tell anyone. Okay. I won't spill the beans. That means I won't tell anyone your secret. Do you want to know where this idiom comes from? It comes from ancient Greece. There was a temple there where people went to make decisions about important matters. Inside this temple, there was a big jar. This jar contained beans. When the people inside the temple had to vote yes or no, they would put one type of bean in the jar if they voted yes. They put another type of bean in the jar if they voted no. The people outside the temple couldn't see inside. They didn't know what was in the jar. But once someone came along and spilled the beans, they revealed the secret. This is how we got the idiom to spill the beans. It means to reveal a secret. Well, that's it. These are just some common English idioms that we use every day. Do you use any of these idioms in your daily life? If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your students or your friends. You can also leave a comment below and let me know which idiom is your favorite. Thanks for watching and see you next time.